Now, up until recently, I had paid no attention to the reviews for Mirror's Edge because, well, simply, this might seem a little hypocritical of me doing game reviews online when I say this. I do not trust game reviews, pretty much at all. So, you can imagine how I felt when I played Mirror's Edge and then looked at the reviews, and there were people saying that it stunk. And I tried looking at some of the reasons for this. So I found out that the two main complaints of the game were the game mechanics and that the environments look the same, both of which are stupid in their own rights. Let me explain. I must be some kind of freak when it comes to games because I had no problem with the game mechanics in Mirror's Edge. I never had a problem with the first-person based Resident Evil controls. Basically, I can't name any game where I've had major problems with the controls specifically, like not responding or being too complex or whatever. Then again, I haven't played Alone in the Dark yet, so I'll get back to you on that. But the control system for Mirror's Edge is, I thought, really, really simple. Let me show you. Here's your controller. Now, basically the controls are this. Move, hook, and left bumper, left trigger. Basically do all your movement things. This is how you're going to run on walls, this is how you're going to jump, this is how you're going to slide down things, this is how you're going to let go when you get to the zip lines. And then you get to the right trigger and the right bumper. Trigger, bumper. I got it. Basically, these are going to be what you use in combat most of the time. And also, you'll use one of these to like bust open doors when you're running at full speed. Or just standing still. It works either way. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, and there's also Y, which you can use to disarm stuff. And when you get guns, that's going to shoot, obviously. Now, to me, that seemed remarkably simple, and the only real problems I had was disarming. But disarming in the game is actually not that hard. The problem with disarming, though, is if you hit it at the wrong time, there is a massive delay on it where you can't really do much of anything. But that's not a problem with the game mechanics itself. It's a problem with how you use the disarm command. I myself was just mashing the disarm button, thinking, okay, if I hit it enough times, the weapon's going to turn red. Excuse me, because that's how you tell when you can disarm a weapon, when it turns red. And usually when it's when they're about to like backhand you with a pistol or something. But that forces you to be more patient, and besides, there's a really easy way to go about disarming people. And that is the X button, which sends you into slow motion. So you can basically just wait for them to start doing the wind-up, hit the slow motion button, and then as they're coming forward, the weapon's going to be red pretty much the entire time. And you can just disarm then. And even then, when they try to pistol whip you, they have to get to about here before it actually hits you. So you have that entire follow-through to be able to disarm them, which if you're doing it in slow motion is an incredibly long time. But to be honest, most of the time when I've done this, I haven't actually fought people. When I have fought people, I have done what has become my favorite maneuver, the sliding nut punch. Basically, I just run at someone, go into a slide, and then punch them right in the nuts. And then from there, they're doubled over long enough that you can just, mash the right trigger and just beat the shit out of them. But that's really minor when you compare it to people saying the environments all look the same. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen what the rooftops of a cityscape look like? They are usually gray, have maybe a door, some type of ventilation work, and maybe a fan. all of which are gray. And if you get really fancy, you might see like gravel on the top or something. Because here's the newsflash. Rooftops look the same. You're complaining about the environments look the same as complaining about realism. You're complaining about apples not tasting like oranges. Now, and the thing is, the rooftops in Mirror's Edge, they aren't gray. They're pretty much white and blue, which is really colorful when you compare it to what rooftops actually look like. And the rooftops are at times fairly complex. There's like electrical fences, there's zip lines, there's pipes going everywhere, there's for some reason covered shit which you can vault off of to go onto different sections. And you can take all sorts of different paths too. I mean, there are naturally going to be points where you have to like go one specific way. Like when you're going through the office buildings, which, newsflash, office buildings all look the same on the inside too. And again, Mirror's Edge tries to like make it different looking by making it like white and green was this one specific section. Plus you can still see out the windows and everything, so you still have the cityscape to complement the environment. But yeah, I don't really understand why people are using that particular criticism about the environment. Because if you put any conscious thought into it, it makes perfect sense. And actually Mirror's Edge sort of like, with the different color schemes and the different environments, and you know what, I'm getting really off track. Besides, there are lots of different places that you go in Mirror's Edge. It's not just on the rooftops the entire time. You go through office buildings, you're going through ductwork, at several points you're going through train stations underground, and you know, the review's just pissed me off. But yeah, that's basically all I can think of to talk about this time, which is probably good because I think that I'm running out of video for this memory card. But you know, I've been giving thought to what I'm going to do after I finish the Shenmue review. And no, it's not going to be Jet Line Radio yet, even though I really want to do that one. But the thing is, I think I've discovered what I'm going to do after that. And it involves something shaped a little bit like this. For those of you who don't know what this is, just look up Beat Mania and you'll figure out what that is. So yeah, I think that's about it, and I'm gonna go do something else.